Welcome back to the only show that refuses to play pretend with the reality of the world, folks. Unless we're pretending the mainstream media has a shred of dignity left. I'm Kenny Royal, and if you're looking for a safe space, you took a wrong turn at the common sense exit. It's mid-March 2026, and while the experts on CNN are hyperventilating into their lattes so hard, they're creating a form shortage in Midtown Atlanta, wherever they're from, the rest of America is watching something we haven't seen in years. Results. This week, from March 9th to the 14th, we saw the Capitol Circus, because that's exactly what it was. It reached a fever pitch. We also saw the administration doubling down on energy dominance, and our enemies realizing that peace through strength isn't just a bumper sticker anymore. It's tactical reality, folks. Well, buckle up, buttercups. The grown-ups are back, and they didn't bring any participation trophies. Let's start with the big news of the week. While the media was busy crying about the humanity of terrorists, our administration was busy providing that if you touch our ships, you're going to have a very bad Friday, folks. The left is in an absolute tizzy because we're destabilizing the region. Got a newsflash, honey. It's been a dumpster fire since the 7th century. The difference is now the fire doesn't spread to our oil tankers. The administration announced a $20 billion insurance facility to protect Gulf shipping because, you know why? Because we actually care about the global economy, folks. Unlike the people who want to pay $7 a gallon for gas, while they ride around in their armored Suburbans. It's very simple, folks. Don't touch our stuff, and you won't get a surprise delivery from a B-2 bomber. Now let's check in with our favorite tax-funded sitcom, folks. Yeah, the Capitol. This week was a masterclass in grandstanding. Did you guys see Cory Booker and the gang? Suddenly, they're constitutionalists who are very concerned about war powers. What was that concern when Sleepy Joe was drone striking weddings and leaving $80 billion in gear? $80 billion in military gear for the Taliban in Afghanistan. Where was their concern at? And don't even get me started on the recess at the Capitol event. They invited families to the Senate to explain that Trump's policies are scaring them. You heard that right. You know what's scary? A $34 trillion debt and a border that looked like a 24-hour drive-through for 3 darn years. The Capitol Circus wants to investigate why the president is so mean on Twitter while he's busy refunding $130 billion in illegal tariffs and protecting your light bulbs from the Green New Deal cult. It's freaking comedy, folks. Just very, very expensive comedy. On our dime. Let's get into the Ratepayer Protection Pledge. While the experts at the Chatham House are predicting doom and gloom, the administration is actually getting tech billionaires, you heard it, billionaires, not millionaires, to pay for their own electricity. Secretary Wright said it perfectly. A small bump in gas prices is a tiny price to pay to stop the guys who've been killing Americans for decades. We're drilling, we're exporting LNG, and we're telling the Silicon Valley, if you want to run your AI models, you're paying for the grid upgrades. No more passing the bill to the single mom in Ohio. That's called a conservative win, folks. Though, if you watch MSNBC, they probably think it's a war crime against Google. And on March 10th, the administration dropped a cyber strategy for America. Finally, we moved past sending a stern email to hackers. Shape adversary behavior. This is a translation. If you try to hack a pipeline in Ohio, we're going to turn your servers into very expensive paperweights, folks. The administration is empowering the private sector to strike back. The tech elites and the Anthropic are already suing because they're worried about ethics. Well, here's an ethics lesson. Don't help our enemies, and you won't get blacklisted. It's a bold concept. I know. So I want you to take everything that happened last week, wrap it all up. You know what you have? I'm going to tell you what you have. You have an administration that finally treats America like a winner. They're crushing our enemies abroad, sending up to the swamp here at home, and making sure you can actually afford to heat your house this winter. The noise you hear in the media, that's the sound of the world's most entitled people realizing that their party is over. I'm Kenny Royal. Go kiss your wife, hug your kids, and thank God you live in the greatest country on earth, which is being led by people who like being American. See you next week. Stay royal.